Welcome to my tutorial on using a geometry shader to create an explosion effect. Before we go on to the explosion, I would like to give a brief overview on the geometry shader. Most of you so far have likely only been introduced to the vertex and fragment shader. Simply put, the geometry shader is an optional stage between the vertex and fragment shader that can add or remove geometry. The geometry shader executes once for each primitive, so in our example this will be triangles, so for each triangle it will execute once. If it was lines, then it would execute once for each line, and so on. It's worth noting that the geometry shader can take in points, lines, triangles, or adjacency information. So let's take a little look at our metal bunny here and start playing with the effect. You will now see the model has broken up into triangles, and this will be the basis of our explosion effect. We're going to move each triangle along the direction of the normal vector to create our explosion effect. Now, since all 3 points lie in the triangle plane, subtracting any of its vectors from each other results in a vector parallel to the plane. We create 2 vectors, A and B, that are parallel to the surface of the triangle using the subtraction. We then take the cross product of these 2 vectors to calculate the normal vector. Finally, we return a new vector that translates the position vector along the direction of the normal vector to give our final effect. This effect does have limitations. As you know, in real life, when objects explode, they don't necessarily go into perfect triangles. So it does lose somewhat of realism. However, it is a very simple and effective technique for creating a basic explosion. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed.